Let's go!
This has actually got me the most excited. The Tekken 8 refugee revolution is happening. Literally, a Tekken revolution is happening live and in front of us. No, not that one. Definitely not that one. Can't even play that shit anymore, dude. We made a video not that long ago talking about the fact that everyone seems to be like big mad about the game they're playing back in season 1. Tekken 8 players had no idea the absolute torrential downpour of like blood and anguish that would be on the horizon with Tekken 8 Season 2. So I was kind of promoting the idea, you know, there's more ways than ever to go back and play older games, like the majority of the older games, or even on Xbox and stuff like that, and even saying to the same side of like the Street Fighter community, I'm like, you know, a lot of these older games really are technically playable, like they're running a lot better, there's a lot of fan stuff, like you don't have to sit here and just play the thing that you hate, you know? I turned into Christopher Walken all of a sudden. There is caveats to this. Not every single game is readily available online, has functional online, has even an active community. You gotta go out of your way, you gotta enter the FGC, you gotta get into Discords, yada, yada, yada. You gotta do all this shit to eventually find somebody to play the game that you like, okay? You know, it does take effort, but if you truly love those old games, I think you will do that. I think you'll go to those efforts to discover that and find the people that love it just as much as you do and maybe hate this current existing shit. What we are actively witnessing, and I'm gonna start just pulling up VODs and examples. This is a Tekken 8 refugee. And you might notice that they're playing Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. That's interesting. Tekken 5 DR. Dudes are finding a way to go back to T5 DR and play it online. How the hell is this happening? What the hell is going on? How the hell is this happening? Well, RPCS3 exists, okay? There's almost no way for you to officially get a modern update of any Tekken game. The Tekken games are just stuck to older hardware. They're stuck to old crappy netcode, like all of this stuff. But RPCS3 as an emulation has just gotten better and better and better. Parsec also exists to make the connection between you and other players a bit smoother, you know? This, by many considerations, to many people, this does not have rollback, it does not, is considered to be like the best Tekken game. So the question is, if this stuff is available, why aren't people going there? And I'm telling you, chat, there's a few communities that have ever existed in the fighting game space. And Tekken is 100% one of them. Where if new game is out, me play new game, no old game. Straight up. No old game. Yeah, dude, the community never goes backwards. Like, the community never goes like, you know what? This shit just doesn't line up for me. You know what community does do that? The Marvel vs. Capcom community, the Smash Brothers community, the Street Fighter community. A lot of these other fighting game communities are like, man, my new game is so different. I'm just gonna stay with the old one because old one good. Old one much better. It pretty much happened to Guilty Gear. Hi, Chai. I'm using you as example because we're talking about the Tekken revolution that's happening right now. Along with Chai and many others being Tekken 8 refugees and sort of revisiting, why do I even like this shit, right? My dude, this has never happened to Tekken. It took an absolute cataclysmic disaster, an absolute spirit-rendering patch that changed what the foundation of what the game is and what you like about the game so much for people to go back and sort of reanalyze, bro, why don't we just find a way to go back to this shit? And it finally happened in the year 2025 for like 20 plus years of this shit existing as like an online community. People went back and they started playing with each other. And it wasn't just one, it was many. Brawl Pro right now is streaming and has been streaming for hours Tekken Tag 2. Maybe we were a little too hard on that shit, bro. Let's go back. These people are playing the game under emulation. They are playing with each other in emulation, which is crazy that it even allows that. But, you know, under specific circumstances, if you do get things running well, it can be operational. I kind of want to get an opportunity to do this. Like, I sort of want to check out RPCS3, see how emulation is working, and sort of like check out the space right now, just of like, okay, so I kind of want to go play Tekken 6, dude. Can we get good connections in Tekken 6? Is that something that, you know, historically I remember doing the first week it was out, and I'm like, this shit sucks. Like, I was excited for T6, dude. I was legit happy. And in the first week, I'm like, fuck this game, dude. This shit sucks. Like, so I'm curious now with emulation and now with maybe only getting some people in a situation where they can play close, then yeah, maybe we can actually get good connections in Tekken Tag 2. Maybe it's possible that all the Tekken community now going from like one place to the next, almost everyone that is a historical Tekken player has now moved back to the thing that they know is dope and they have fun with. It's like, I'm not just gonna sit here and doom on the thing that just sucks. I'm gonna go back and play the thing that is fun. This has never happened before. The Tekken community only moves forward. It only goes forward, dude. The majority also happens with the Mortal Kombat community. Only forward, right? Can't go back to the old games, gotta only play the new game, you know what I mean? This resurgence deeply makes me happy. Because this is what I've been trying to propagate. Dude, the old games didn't just disappear. You can still find ways to get like buddies over to play offline or find ways just to get people together in some fashion. Like there are ways that you can build communities around like older stuff, you know what I mean? And we're literally watching it happen live right now. I hope this legit leads to opportunities in the future. Look how happy this guy is, dude. This FDX looked like he was at the most dour point of his life, like over the past like several days with what he's had to read on Twitter. And all of a sudden you go back to the fun ass game and oh shit, it is, but we don't have to suffer. We do not just have to sit here and do this. And I guarantee you, you guys are content creators out here and these resources are available. Please, dear God, use them, right? This is FDX for those of you that don't know. Please, dear God, use these resources. Do not just sit here, damage your brain playing something that brings you unhappiness. Do not do it. I have spent the entirety of my existence on this platform and the others that I have made shit on, going back to the old stuff because the old stuff just made me more happy than the new stuff. And sometimes the new stuff's amazing. Being married to only new thing because I can only play new thing is not worth doing when you have so much of old things that make you happy. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. So the fact that these resources are now available, that the community has shifted, the Tekken Refugee Revolution is happening live and in front of us. And dude, it's like, it's not even just for Tekken Tag 2, it's not even for DR. Tekken 6 is out here. This was MYK, right? MYK was over here playing Tekken 6. And I think he was playing against like people even. So yeah, like there are several games on RPCS3 that allow you to go back and relive them. And dude, the majority of the community now is like, bro, maybe we were too hard on Tekken 6. And Tekken 6 had a lot of balancing problems, don't get me wrong, but still, so many people are going back to some of these older games and realizing like how crazy good they were. Like actually, they were really good, dude. T6 is like the first game where they started adding bullshit to Tekken and crazy bullshit like Heat and stuff, not Heat, but Rage and stuff like that. But to revisit the reasons why these old games were great is something that the community hasn't done that much of. Watching it happen in front of me, the thing that I've been trying to like propagate and do the entirety of existence of go to old stuff, man. When things are feeling down, just go to old stuff. That's wonderful, you know? That is, it makes me deeply happy that this is happening right now. My hope is that the developers are also paying attention to this, that there's like a giant shift in the community that people still like this stuff, dude. And the same thing applies absolutely from Tekken to Soul Calibur to Mortal Kombat. Having your old games be available in some way and that availability just not existing is crazy to me. There's not a reliable way to support or play like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 online. So now the player base has a resource to do it. RPCS 3, you know, exists. They can go play Tekken 6 and go play people online in Tekken 6. It's not going to run amazing, but they're going to make it be the best it possibly can because it's better than dealing with Tekken Plus 8, you know? I hope this also leads to a situation where, devs, can we also wake up? Like, your old library's valuable, you know? Just because Tekken 5 DR has been eclipsed by 4 more versions of Tekken since its existence doesn't mean that it should just go away. Doesn't mean that it has to be, like, relegated only to people's PS3s and shit like that. Like, these things are worth it, you know? They're worth existing. There should be collections. The only other fighting game dev that does this shit is pretty much Capcom. and they literally do it like every 5 years and repackage and resell their shit and make millions of fucking dollars with sales like every single time. All I'm saying is, if you re-release Tekken 4 nowadays, people would be happy. Like, proposing a concept, Tekken 3 with rollback netcode online, Tekken 4 with rollback netcode online. A lot of people would go look at that and go, ugh, but my dude, man, there has been like a reevaluating revolution about games like Tekken 4 that was amazing. Those things, if they existed, would be friggin' incredible. People would be willing to spend money on that shit, man. I'm only hoping that like all this stuff that we're seeing going down right now with this, the Tekken 8 refugees is something that can eventually lead to a positive outcome in the future. That maybe, just maybe, we can get old Tekken games to come back in some way, dude. I might distract a little bit from what's going on in the current games, but still. I just shipped my pants. I did. I ordered some, and then they're gonna be here soon. And then also, go to Kmart and shit your pants.